Hey everybody. Hopefully we've got a little bit better video today, but I didn't do anything about it yet. I just haven't had time to focus on that. So if we don't, we'll keep it brief. I just really want to get some news out. I want to make sure I don't neglect you guys 2 days in a row. And I apologize for not getting a close-up to you yesterday. But we've had some very active, busy times here. So the first thing is, the first thing, the biggest news, I guess, we'll just get right to it, is that the Danbury Animal Welfare Society, that's DAWS.org, now they're all going to go play in the litter box. We can't film that, kids. Oh, okay, good, Millet. The Danbury Animal Welfare Society is the animal shelter that we work with, the one that finds us our mom cats and that processes the adoptions, and just wonderful people that do so much for us and with us, and we love them a lot. They contacted me yesterday to let us know that they may have found our next mom cat, and they would like us to try to pick her up on Saturday. Now, of course, these things, are never for sure until they're done. We've had plenty of times when they've found a mom cat for us, and she's either, delivered or been picked up by another foster, or any number of things that can happen between the time that they find the mom cat for us and she arrives here. Fingers crossed, though. This Saturday is when we wanted a new mom cat. They found one that should be available then, and we're excited about it. We're very excited about it. The new mom cat, all that I can really say about her so far is that they've sent me one picture. She does look pregnant from the photo. Hard to tell, of course. And she's orange with some white on her. So sort of a creamsicle mom cat. So that should be fun. Of course, they're all wonderful, and I'm excited. So hopefully it works out. We'll see. I saw somebody ask, why did you give up on the new camera for close-ups? I didn't, but I think if you remember, lots of people were complaining that the sound would go off sync with it, and I need to solve that problem before we get back to using it. Then, because of all the work that I put into the network here, I thought that maybe we could go back to using the phone for a little while, since now the network was improved. And it seems like now we're just going to keep going in circles until we get everything working right, which is fine. That's how things go. The kittens are running everywhere, so I was just pointing at Mom for a minute, but let's see if we can see some kittens. I noticed that they finally took a letter off the sign. They changed it from Rye to Ye Red, so they're working on the Old English style sign, I guess. Ye Olde Red. There he is, by the way, Ye Red. And corn with the blue. So corn is in blue, rye is in red, and we'll find that R eventually, I'm sure. Speaking of which, we are definitely moving these kids downstairs. That's the decision I made, and we're going to make it work one way or the other. And so this morning, I used our viricide and disinfectant all over the room downstairs, and it's drying out. Once it's done with that, I've got to sort of mop and clean the carpet and all that kind of stuff. I do that after the disinfectant now, just to make sure that there's not any left over, So disinfect, then we're going to clean it up, and then they'll be ready to move down there not too long after. I also have to prepare some of the new cameras for the room downstairs. So maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, but they will be moving downstairs soon. In due time, I guess we should say. And then we'll get this room cleaned up again and ready for the new mom cat that hopefully is arriving on Saturday. Wow, look at that flower. Good job, Mom. Show them how it's done. I think Flower's about ready for a little time out of her room, too. And I'm getting more comfortable with the idea that she may eventually be okay with the faculty, but we're still going to have to take it real easy, because I could see that go wrong. So we'll have to be real cautious about introducing them. But she has now seen them through the gate with a minimum amount of growling. So that's progress instead of like, dashing at the gate to attack them. That's something. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Well, slowly but unsurely. I don't think there's any other news, but I would like to mention, yes, um, corn and potato have been a little bit lighter in their last couple weigh-ins than I would like. And I'm going to try to force a little bit of food on them just for fun, but they're so active and healthy that it's not really something I'm concerned about right now. I think it's just fluctuations, especially fluctuations related to weaning. You may have noticed that their mom, Flower, is doing a lot more of covering up and hiding away and pushing the kittens off when they try to nurse. So my thinking there is that any sort of weight loss we see is just due to that transition. It happens every time. Nothing to worry about. So I thought I'd mention that for anybody that's watching the weight sheet, that we're keeping an eye on it too. We will also watch the weight sheet, believe it or not. We fill it out, so it would be hard not to. This I've mentioned before too. She's getting more playful, and she's also, I think, teaching her kids a few lessons in the play about how how much rough play is appropriate or not. And I've mentioned before, I know sometimes when the kittens yell, it's a little hard to watch because you think maybe she's hurting them, but they yell as much or more when they play with each other. She's definitely not hurting them. I've gotten my hand in there. I've made sure. Just teaching them the lessons. So nothing to worry about is my point. When you see Corn over there yelling at Mom, he could very easily walk away if he was bothered by it. He's having as much fun as she is, or more. And I really do believe that sort of interaction with their mom helps raise a kitten that's a little bit better adjusted, especially better adjusted for dealing with other cats appropriately. I think I've said it before. I think some of that kind of momming might have done Custard some good if he'd had that when he was a kitten, but he didn't. Hi, Corn. This is supposed to be a close-up, buddy. Can we get close to you? It's hard to do a close-up when the kittens are running around so much. See what I mean? How about you, Rye? You want to have a close-up? No? Oh, not litter box, though. Let's not all go in the litter box again. My goodness. I feel like I had other things that I've wanted to mention, but now they have slipped my mind. I don't have the slightest idea. I covered the important stuff, that I'm busy cleaning the room downstairs and getting it ready. Oh, these kids did go, a couple of them went to the spa the last couple of nights. Everybody went to the spa 2 nights ago. And then last night it was just, who was it? Was it Millet and Rye? Maybe? I don't actually, I think it was, but I don't remember. Specifically, and it was also, oh, wait, no, I can remember specifically if I think about it, because it was Millet for sure, and, no, I can't remember. But it was also Flower, yes. Flower also went to visit for a little while, and she did okay. I don't know, I was surprised that she didn't do the intense exploring that we see from a lot of mom cats. She did look around the room a little bit, but mostly she wanted to find a position where she could observe and just sit and keep an eye on everybody. Somebody's climbing that screen. I can see back paws. Oh, it was Corn. Did you see? I don't know if you could see in the video that he was actually all the way up on the screen. Corn. Smokey actually was okay with the kittens and groomed, I want to say it was Millet a little bit. I'm probably getting the names all wrong, but yes, Smokey groomed one of the kittens last night a little bit, and they tried to play with her tail, and it was fun for everybody. Loganberry also wanted to interact with them, but one of the kittens now, was it Potato? Somebody help me out. I don't know. I think it was Potato that was kind of spooked by Logan's size and the fact that Logan wanted to come over and eat their chicken. They had chicken, by the way. And he got his tail all poofy and his back up, and every time that Logan would come close, he'd sort of puff up at him like, "Hey, you watch it, big guy." What is this game? That's super cute, Corn. Do that some more. Oh, okay. All right, buddy. I thought you were going to do some more little pounces. Maybe if I have a toy, will you pounce for that? French bread? So, one thing that we don't have to do in this close-up, or can't do, I guess, is go and see Myth, Rumor, and Macadamia Nut, who all were adopted over the weekend and aren't here anymore. But we have been getting updates on them on Discord, and they are all doing very well. Myth, the updates from Myth are wonderful. She's seems like she's coming out of her shell a little bit. I mean, it's hard to tell from pictures and stuff, but her adopter has let us know that she hangs out in the room and actually snuggled with them on the bed, which is something that she never really volunteered to do with me, and I only managed to get her to do a tiny bit at all. So that's sweet. Of course, you all saw her snuggle quite a bit on the sofa, but when it came to getting her to hang out with us in the bed, not so much. So that's really cool. She hasn't yet met her new roommate, but they are aware of each other's existence, and I think they'll meet in due time. I love that their adopter is taking everything cautiously and slowly and making sure that they're ready and that it goes well. So they're just using all the best care for Myth, and that's wonderful to see. Then Rumor, of course, is doing fantastically like you would expect from a Rumor, and it's great to see the photos of her looking just as beautiful as ever. Flower is getting real playful with her kids. It's Corn again that's got her attention, though. So Rumor and Myth both doing really good. We've got updates and photos from their adopters, and it's good to see. Then oh, Macadamia Nut. Yes, also we've seen photos of Mac Nut, and I think Mac's adopter is going to be taking him to her vet right away to see if they can really knock out that last little bit of sneezing that he's still doing. But other than the sneezing, he's doing fantastically, and we saw some beautiful photos, and I know he's getting along just great with her, and that's all good news. So yeah, I mean, the only real update for all three of them is that they're doing great. And I think I said before how thrilled I was at the people that Dawes had selected to adopt them. I don't know how the people at Dawes, or the Michelle at Dawes specifically, it's Michelle at Dawes who does this. I don't know how she picks the people who get approved to adopt the kittens, but she's just done a great job of picking people that are wonderful matches for not just good adopters in general, but perfect matches for the cats and kittens that they got, I think. So that's been just good for me. It's nice to know. We love it when the kittens go to good adopters. That's not what I meant to say. All the kittens go to good adopters. I should say to the perfect adopters, maybe. I don't know how to say it. You know what I mean. It's all good. Um, yeah. Boy, these kittens are so zoomy. I hardly know what to do with the camera. It's something. Whew. Oh, I remember something else that's really important. A little something that I need to tell all of you to sort of set you in the right preparations for things that are upcoming. One of the things that's upcoming since we switched to 4K on the regular live stream, which I personally am loving, and I've heard a lot of good things from everybody about. Since we switched to 4K, I've heard from some people that are having some technical issues with them, and it's mostly people with Roku devices. If you have a Roku, maybe you have had part of that problem and you're watching this close up because you can't watch the regular stream or because the regular stream hasn't been working right for you. I hope you're not in that particular circumstance, but if you are, we know about it. And we have a solution for you eventually. Here's what's going to happen is we are going to switch over to what is technically a new stream. Our little bit of experimentation has shown that somewhere on the Roku and some other devices too, I shouldn't just single them out because they're not the only one that we've seen this sort of problem from, but just to talk tech for a minute, there's something somewhere in the Roku or in the series of things that ends up in the Roku that is confused by the fact that our live stream used to be 1080p and now is 4K. Somewhere they have an actual bug that is reading it. Well, I mean, I'm assuming from what we've seen and what we've investigated, it seems like I should say that they have a bug that has a buffer overrun. It's reading 4K out of data someplace where it's still set to 1080p worth of space. And that messes everything up in a bad way. And I don't know, they probably should solve that, but whatever. If you don't know, yes, Patsy, a Roku it's a streaming device like a Chromecast or I don't know what else there is out there. Is there an Apple TV device? It's a set-top box. It's something people use to watch Kitten Academy on their TVs. So, the point being, we know that the Roku has an issue with this, and we know some other devices also have an issue with it. And the way we're going to solve it is we're going to start a new Kitten Academy live stream and switch everybody over to it. And this is going to be the first time that we've done that intentionally. YouTube has done it to us before, where they switch our URL. Basically, that's the end effect. So if you've got the regular Kitten Academy live stream bookmarked somewhere, that bookmark might change. The URL might change. But if you just remember to go on YouTube and search for the Kitten Academy live stream, you'll find it no matter what's going on. Or go to our website, which is kitten.academy, and you can always find a link to the live stream from there. So if you get lost at some point, that's how to find it again, is search for it on YouTube or go to our website, kitten.academy, and you'll be fine. On that note, just a quick side note, if you haven't been to our website, kitten.academy lately, there's pictures of these guys against a new colorful background that I just love. I love the pictures of them and I love the backdrop and I think they're great. So go to kitten.academy and check it out. We haven't started that new stream officially yet, but we will be. And when we do, I'm going to get the word out to everybody. And because this is the first time that we've been able to make the transition ourselves instead of having it sort of forced on us by YouTube once in a while, we should be able to put a message on the live stream that tells everybody what's happening and where it's going and make the transition real easy for everybody to follow, hopefully. So the real practical upshot, though, is if someday you try to turn on the Kitten Academy live stream and you get a message, or you click on your bookmark and you get a message, it's like this stream is ended or the stream is closed or something, that we're not gone. Just search for the Kitten Academy live stream and find the new one, or go to our website, kitten.academy, and you will find it there. I'm telling you well in advance, probably going to do this sometime in the next few days. We'll make it nice and easy and slow, and hopefully everybody can follow us when that URL change happens, but we're going to have to do it to help out some coders that have a buffer overrun somewhere in their code. Well, not to really help them. They got to figure that out themselves. We're helping all of you that are dealing with their products. So we have done some testing, though, and it seems like in our testing that solves the issue. As long as we start the stream from the very beginning as 4K, seems like it's okay. So that's our hope. I just wanted to let you know so that we can prepare. We gotta this kind of thing. It's nice to, for the first time, be able to say in advance, we know this is coming, and here's what you do when it happens, and don't worry about it. No need to panic. Well, like I said, we'll also put a message on the screen and all that kind of stuff. Just let everybody really know what's happening. So I just want to put that out there. That's all. Yeah, Roku is good. I mean, we don't need to turn this into a discussion about Roku. We had one device that was a Roku. It was built into a TV that we had bought, and that TV eventually self-destructed, and we replaced it with one that wasn't a Roku. For the time we had it, it was okay. I'll tell you, the problem that I had was it would, if we tuned into the Kitten Academy live stream using our Roku, it would only play it for like, I don't remember exactly how long. It's like an hour, maybe 2 hours. And then it would just flip to whatever was next in the YouTube playlist instead of staying on the Kitten Academy live stream, which was weird. But what we use now is we use Android TV on all of our TVs. One of them has it built in, and the other ones are NVIDIA Shield devices, which are very, very nice. Probably overkill for some people. They're kind of expensive because they do a lot more than just the TV thing. But in our case, I love it. That's not the point. The point is that we watch Android TV now, and it also has issues on most, if not all, of our devices with the Kitten Academy live stream. But the issue it has is usually after about 24 hours, it'll just freeze up for no reason. I'll walk into the kitchen, I'll be like, boy, those kittens haven't moved in a long time. And then I'll realize the time also isn't changing, and all I have to do is just back out of the live stream and go right back in, and everything's fine again for another 24 hours or so. That's a weird bug, but it doesn't really affect anything too much. So there you have it. Oh, hang in there, buddy. I haven't got it. He's okay. I'm trying to get a picture that shows how Corn was hanging there, but I couldn't really get an angle on it. This is the dewormer, by the way. They had their second dose of dewormer this morning, if I didn't mention that also. You may notice that there may be a little extra weight loss today because of the extra dewormer, but we're doing the dewormer every 2 weeks, whether they need it or not. These guys are so sort of lanky that I don't have any suspicion that they have worms, but we've decided that we're just going to do that prophylactically for every kitten class that comes through, just to be extra safe. I think a lot of fosters do that. It's a good policy. So today was their second one. And I saw somebody ask if the sunflower is a scratcher. Yeah, we've got 2 sunflower scratchers in the room, actually, that were both sent to us in mailbag by coincidence. I don't think anybody planned to start a sunflower theme here. But now we've also got some sunflower blankets and stuff that will all get deployed when we go downstairs. And we've got a sort of de facto sunflower theme happening. Look at her eating that. She still wants to eat the tree. Flower. That's so silly. Just chews on it. Somebody's taking the wrapper from the syringe that we used to give them the dewormer. That's a fun toy. So I was saying about the sunflower. There's 2 of them here. There's the short one here that I like this one. I like this one better, I guess. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't play favorites because they each have their advantages. This is the short one. It makes a great little platform for the kittens to climb up. It's a nice scratcher. It's pretty. It's got these felt little sunflower leaves all around it. Petals, sunflower petals all around it that the kittens love to chew on. It's got fake grass, astroturfy grass for the bottom, and a little rope scratcher on the stem here that is probably too short for a real cat. You can see how big Rye is compared to it, but perfect for a kitten. So this one I like a lot, and I like it especially because it's at a nice angle and they climb up and down it all that they want. Then the other one, the other one over here, I caught 2 of the kittens sleeping on it yesterday, and I'm using it as a table next to the beanbag right now. This one is cool because, first off, it's much softer. It's got like this soft rim around it. It's got big soft petals on it, as you can see. The bottom is a sort of a ball toy track, a ball puzzle really, because there's no track, but there's a couple balls in there and holes that they can play in. Kind of looks like a smiley face from this angle. So that's nice. And it's got, again, the sisal rope thing. The most interesting thing about this one, though, and not just the fact that it's much bigger and it's got the ball track in the bottom, is that it comes with a part that lets you decide if the top is flat like a table or if it's angled like this one. There's a little extra piece that goes in there if you want it to be angled, which is cool. So I think that's pretty nice. Yeah, they're both good sunflowers, and I don't know why now we have a sunflower theme all of a sudden. Boy, I like the how to best hold a cat question again, and again, I didn't come prepared with a tripod, but I wonder if I can show you real quick anyway, just because we got 5 minutes left, and I might be able to set the camera up here. Let's just see real quick, all right? Because I think Flower would also be a good cat to illustrate with, probably, if we can. Try it out. This is Flower right here, the mom of this group, of course. So the first thing you're going to see is how I pick her up is super important. Let me move this down here so we can see all the kittens come in and get in my way. So first off, you want to make friends with your cat. All this advice is going to change a little bit if you have a cat that is not already your friend. There's all kinds of different things that you're going to want to do in that case. But Flower and I are friends already, so she's got a good level of trust for me and is going to put up with a lot of stuff from me. So the first thing is when you pick up a cat, you want to support them. And I always want to put my hand sort of under their front legs so that I've got a good support there, and then under their belly too, like this, okay? So I've got support all the way across their body to pick them up. That's very important. Then the number one thing when you pick them up that way that you want to do with most cats, and again, some cats are different, is you want to then move your hand underneath their legs once you've got them in this position. And then you hold them like this. You let them sit sort of on your arm. Do you see how she's sitting sort of on my arm like that? You can pick up her chest a little bit to help reset her legs and get them in the right spot. This is a good position for holding most cats. Again, not every cat likes the same thing. Now, Smokey is a great example of a cat that can't be, or not can't be, but doesn't like to be held like this. And she will complain until, for Smokey, I've got to turn her and let her grab me. Flower isn't even going to do that at all. If I turn Smokey and let her grab me like this and sort of look over my shoulder, that's how Smokey has to be held to be comfortable, up close, because it's almost like she's afraid of falling or something all the time. So you want to turn her in and let her just latch onto you and hold like this for Smokey. The other thing that I do, and this is sort of advanced, and there's a lot of cats, most cats I would even say don't like this, but it's something that I like to do. Oh, here, I found the R. Whew. Got the R, look, right there. Oh no, I lost it. Okay, I'm going to put it in my pocket, and we'll get back on the sign after this. Okay, good. This one is super advanced, but I want to show you how I do it, and maybe you can train your cats to like this one over time. One of the ways that you can train them is to do it repeatedly and with treats and stuff and et cetera, et cetera. So again, we hold them under the front like this, but the advanced part here is, watch what I do with this hand. What I'm going to do is make sure that the whole time I'm making this motion, her back is supported. I want her to feel like she's supported and not flying through space. That's the important thing almost anytime you hold a cat. You want them to be supported and feel like they're on the sturdy ground of your arms, not just being picked up and flung through space. That's what's going to set them off. So I take this hand and I put it here to support her, and then I use the hand that's under her chest to lay her back like a little baby. But the important thing, again, is to support the whole motion and to do it sort of calmly and in one big motion. And Flower here, I've practiced this on already. I knew she was going to be okay with it. Some cats you've really got to work on. But Flower, she'll let me hold her like a baby as much as I want. Give her little nose kisses, yes, because she's a sweetheart. So that's Flower. And I practice this with all the kittens quite a bit too, to get them used to it. I'll show you that too, just for completeness' sake. But Flower will let me do this all the time. But again, the important thing is to make her feel supported. So you want to think about how much contact she has with your arm, and that you've got a good contact here with your hands so that she knows that she's not going to fall. That's the number one. Speaking of falling, Rye just took out the camera. Good job, Rye. Yes, okay. I'm assuming that's pointing at him. So there you go. So I don't know, FF. So you've got an 18-year-old cat. So that's really equivalent to Smokey. And like I said, when we've got Smokey, again, I've got to support her. For Smokey, especially, the support is the important part. When I pick her up, I'm really careful to spread out my hands under her as much as I can, so that I've got the most surface area and the most support for her. Because I don't want to have any little pressure points where I'm pressing on Smokey. She's old, and old people get sensitive about stuff like that. So you don't want to be too pokey about it. You want to spread out that pressure of lifting her up as much as you can. And then, like I said, with Smokey, when I pick her up, I turn her immediately and let her grab onto me like this. If she's not grabbing on and if she's not participating in holding on, then she doesn't trust it. So, and there's a lot of cats like that where they'll want to participate. They'll want to hold on to you to make sure that they've got that support too. So this is to do the same thing with a kitten. I do the exact same thing, actually. You're going to see I'm going to hold him under his chest with one hand. Okay, I've got my thumb under there. I know it's probably a little hard to see. I've got my thumb under his chest so that I can support him under there, and I've got my other hand supporting his back so that I know I've got that. And I want to make sure again. The important thing is again is through the entire motion. You want to make sure that they are supported from gravity through the entire motion. If there's ever a point when you're sort of flipping or dropping them, or if there's even the tiniest little bit of fall, they feel that and it's going to freak them out. They're going to be like, I am being dropped, even if it's just for a split second. So you want to make sure that through the whole motion that you got them supported. And that's the important thing no matter what when you're doing little kittens or cats. And little Rye here, he does not put up with this as well as his mom, but you'll see he'll take it as long as I'm keeping him distracted. And then the minute that I stop, he's going to be like, I'd rather go do some play. Yeah, just like that. So that's it. And that's the holding them on their back technique is something, like I said, it's advanced. Not every cat is going to, most cats probably aren't going to want it at first. But I've taught even cats that really don't like it at first to love it over time. I think of our cat Riley. There's some pictures on our Discord server that people will see where I'm holding him like that, and it took months of slow practice where I'd pick him up and I'd hold him like that for just an instant, just for a second or two, or I'd hold him like that and give him treats, and just repeat it over and over and over, just slowly, nicely, comfortably, and over time he grew to love it, and it was his favorite thing. So you can work on that with a cat. That's something to aspire to. But you know what? I would never do that for Smokey, though. So it does matter for cats, sort of what their preferences are too. And Smokey's one that just would maybe with enough work you could get her to learn to appreciate it, but it's just not worth it. She's got a different style, and that's okay too. That's an important lesson too, is that you've got to know your cat and sort of work with what they are going to be comfortable with. Not always. Now, I do think some people are a little too I don't want to say permissive, but there's a certain something to be said for pushing your cat's boundaries a little bit. You got to use caution. You don't want to push them too far, but every now and then you've got to get them out of their comfort zone to expand their sort of range. Looks like we disconnected there, right when I was talking about something important. It says we're reconnected though, so I'll just repeat that I do think that pushing your cat out of their comfort zone a little bit here and there is good, but you've got to use your own judgment. You've got to know for yourself what is what's acceptable and what's too much, and you never want to push them too far at once either. If you do want to push their boundaries, do it over time. Do it repeatedly, just a little bit, and then stop, and then go do something else, and then come back and push it a little bit. Over and over and over time. That's the way to build up to it. Don't try to push them all at once into something new. That's never work. That's probably good advice for humans too, if you can. To say, if you want to teach a human something new or get them to act differently, you don't want to just instantly force that change on them and be like, hey, we're doing it this way now. You're doing it completely wrong, and from now on we do it this completely different way. You want to build into it and give them time to adjust. Just like with a cat, you got to take it slow, take it easy, do it over time. So, yeah, that's my advice for today. Look at that. We've gone way over time, but that was fun to talk about, and I would love to talk about stuff like that more in the future, maybe with a little more planning so I could do it better. But but there you have it. Okay, if you want to keep watching these kittens in 4K, check out the Kitten Academy live stream. If someday in the near future the Kitten Academy live stream doesn't load right for you, do a little search or go to our website, kitten.academy, and make sure you find it, because it's not going away. It's just going to switch URLs, though, at some point in the next few days. So be ready for that. And we've got a new mom cat right now planned to come on Saturday, and I'm going to be working on getting everything ready for that. So definitely looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. And I will work on our technical issues. It's just they haven't been the priority, and they're not going to be the priority until after, we've got everything squared away for the new mom cat. But we'll get good close-ups someday, in due time. Asymptotically approaching perfection is a phrase I heard somewhere that I really like. And that's the way we're going to do it. So All right, that's it, everybody. See you next time. Thanks for the question about how to hold cats. I hope I did it justice. And like I said, I love that kind of thing. I hope I can talk about stuff like that with you guys more often.